Hey everybody, it's Mitch, and welcome to my next video. Today, we've got another Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 Prestige class for you. And coming to you from the Complete Divine, we've got the Consecrated Harrier. So, we're going to be talking about what is the Consecrated Harrier. We're going to be talking about what it takes to become a Consecrated Harrier. We're going to talk about what you get as a Consecrated Harrier. And finally, we're going to talk about how good the Consecrated Harrier is and how you might use it in a build. So, let's get started. Alright, so the Consecrated Harrier. Well, what are they? Basically, what they are is they are someone who's in their church that their job is to go out and take out those who have acted against the church. We're talking about your blasphemers, and we're talking blasphemers and heretics, people who did, one-time acts of blasphemy that is, maybe they meant to, maybe they didn't, but they blasphemed the church. You got to take them down, or bring them in at the very least, or maybe they're a heretic that's causing all sorts of problems for the church. You got to bring them in and take them down. So that is what the Consecrated Harrier is. They track down those who have blasphemed, the blasphemers and the heretics of their church, and they bring them in or take them out. Either way. It kind of depends on what the church wants, in all honesty. So yeah, that's the Consecrated Harrier. So let's talk about what it takes to become a Consecrated Harrier. So first off, any lawful. Okay, easy enough. Base attack bonus 5. All right, fair enough. Not too crazy. Let's see what. You need some skills. So you need disguise 5 ranks, gather information 5 ranks. Not that bad, really. Feat, you need the track feat. Okay, not too terribly bad. And special, you have to have accepted an assignment from the church and succeeded on it. If you fail the assignment, you have to wait a year and a day. And if you succeed, then you're in. And you can start taking levels. That's all there is to it. All right, so let's talk about what you get. All right, so first off, spells per day. They get their own. Oh, we'll get to that in a sec. So first off, D10 hit dice. That is solid. That is a really good hit dice. So these guys are sturdy. Let's see. They get a good base attack bonus. So these guys can fight. These guys are a combat class. They have a good will save, but a bad fort and reflex save. So interesting that they have the good will save and they have a good base attack without the good fort. Very interesting right there. Skills. It's 4+ int. Skill list is all right. It doesn't have any of the spell casting stuff, but it does have a lot of other really good skills. So it's an okay list, and it is 4+ int. So far, a fairly solid chassis. So let's look at the spells. So their spell list is actually going to be the same as that of a ranger, plus a few extra spells that are added to the list. And some of those extra ones are all right, and the ranger list is quite good. So yeah. And what's cool about this is you start getting the spells faster. You could potentially get in by 15th level and have all the casting in this, and have just as good a casting as a 20th level ranger. So that's really nice. It's actually quite nice. Let's see. So they also get Blessing of the Scripture. So their spellcasting, it's the same as a ranger would be otherwise. That's basically identical. But they get Blessing of the Scripture. They get a +2 sacred bonus to a number of skills against their target, as well as to like damage, and I think attack as well. And eventually it goes up to a +6. So that's pretty nice. Yeah. Damage rolls, maybe not attack, but yeah. Anyways, so yeah. Then you get Detect Chaos. So they get Detect Chaos, usable at will. Pretty nice. Sanctified Sight. They just get +4 on all saves against illusion. Nothing too crazy. They get Dispel Magic. So that's pretty cool. Not bad. They get Crushing Despair. Another cool ability, False Vision. Again, that's nice, although that one has to be centered on you. Still, it's all right. Then they get Implacable Hunt. Implacable Hunt's pretty cool. So what Implacable Hunt does is it will make it so that when you're tracking your target, you're going to be able to know where your target is pretty much at any time. Now, in order to use it, you will have had to have first encountered your target and wounded them. But once you've done that, you'll be able to trace them wherever. You'll always know how far away they are and what direction, more or less, as long as they're on the same plane. And once you get close, you'll know exactly where they are. So yeah, 50 feet is when you know exactly where they are and can start targeting them. Then you get Faultless Hunt, or Faultless Hunt. That at this point you can just track them onto any plane. This one does require that you can only do it with a single target. You can't do it with a group, and you can't use it with Implacable Hunt. But they're both quite good. They also have a code of conduct. So whenever they see their target, they have to announce themselves and they have to say why they're there. So, you know, when they finally catch up to their target, they can't just hit them with a sneak attack. They have to be like, I am so-and-so from the church of from the church of Palor or whatever it happens to be. Palor's actually not the best example. The church of Heronius. And I am here to destroy, and I am here to capture you for the sinful acts you did against the church, whatever those might be. So you gotta like announce yourself and like tell them all that. So they're like, oh, okay, this is what's going on. Like you can't just hit them out of the blue. You gotta let them know what's up first. And if you don't, then you have to atone, or else you can't continue in the class. So that's unfortunate, but it's certainly an interesting one. And they do have a multi-classing note for Paladins, so Paladins may continue. If you use Paladin to get in, you can continue on as a Paladin. So that's what they get. Let's talk about how good they are. Well, first off, those spells are nice. Being able to get all of the Ranger spells list with the full casting abilities of a Ranger at an earlier level is quite nice, especially since you don't need any levels of Ranger and you can, you know, take other classes in order to kind of build things out. Like, you know, you can take things like Fighter to get into this, which doesn't help your casting at all, but it'll help you get in, or Rogue, or all sorts of things you can do. You could even take a single level dip of this class once you got in, and then use other things in Advanced Divine Casting to up your caster level, to up your casting and get those Ranger spells. So there's all sorts of options you can do with that. Now, do you really need to use a class to Divine? I don't really think you do, but it's an option. But yeah, being able to get in with like a Fighter or a Rogue is pretty cool, in all honesty. So yeah, it's a pretty solid prestige class all in all. Really enjoy it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I always love hearing from you. If you enjoyed the video, consider giving it a like. Maybe subscribe to the channel for more D&D 3.5 content. And because I do one of these on every single class, race, and prestige class in Dungeons & Dragons 3.5. So ring that notification bell so you never miss out on a video. Anyways, as always, I'm Mitch, and I'll be seeing you